I need more shields. Oh, what was that? That'll do. Hello friends, Baltmatrix here, and today we're taking a look at Transformers, Decepticon, Rumble, and Ratbat. And yes, I am sad to report that Hasbro has finally taken a side in the greatest debate of our day. Rumble is blue, Frenzy is red, has been my mantra for years. But unfortunately, my friends, I think it's official. Rumble is red, Frenzy is blue. Here's the back of the box under a whole lot of lighting. Let's go ahead and open them up and take a look. Out of the packaging, Rumble and Ratbat are really nice. Rumble, I think, is actually the better of the two in terms of the paint. The red works really well, you've got silver on the legs, and then you've definitely got just some really nice paint apps going on here. I did notice, though, that he doesn't have much in terms of posability. We'll get into that in a minute. The overall aesthetic, though, works really well and is definitely tickling that Generation 1 itch of mine. Ratbat, on the other hand, while good, really is lacking in paint detailing. I'm wondering if Toy Hacks is going to be coming up with some repro labels or repro labels for this guy, because he could definitely use them. Also, it's really hard to get him to stand up on a flat surface. Those tiny little feet do not help. Again, I think the molding is good, just needs more paint, especially on the outside of the wingtips and the head. Now, the head is sculpted really nicely, and if I could actually get focused in here, you'll see really nice sculpting and amber eyes, which makes you think there's light piping. Unfortunately, there is none. Oh well! Oh, and I just knocked over Rumble. Now here are two other Battle Masters next to Rumble and Ratbat. We've got Visper and Flak, and Rumble's the same height, and then Ratbat's like half a figure height and size. And here are all of Soundwave's current minions lined up together: Rumble, Ratbat, Laserbeak, and Ravage. So far, I think Ravage is my least favorite. I like Ravage, but it's not a good rendition. Laserbeak's fantastic, and then probably Rumble and Ratbat they're pretty good in robot mode. So let's go ahead and get into the transformation of turning them into their cassette modes. Of the two, Ratbat is the easier to transform. Take the head, push it all the way down, push it up against the body, or his chin up against the body, and then slide his head up. Take his feet and just fold them up. Then take his wings and fold them up, and collapse them over the head, and turn the figure upside down. Congrats, you've made a Ratbat head. And then his peg for connecting is back here, which is really disconcerting because he could still see what you're doing or what missiles are coming his way before he needs to block them. Now, one pretty neat little addition in this mode is that you can fold his wings out like that, and they can be like this little pincer weapon. That's a nice touch. I like that. Before we get into Rumble's transformation, I want to show off his posability. Head does not move at all. Shoulders are on a ball joint. There is this hinge here for the transformation for his fist. He does have these little peg or pile driver fists, which I do appreciate. He could kick forward that much. He could kick back that much. He could totally do the splits because that's part of his transformation. At his knees, there are ball joints, so he can bend at 90 degrees and swivel side to side. For the transformation, we're going to start off by folding his fists in, like so, and then rotate his shoulders up next to his head, like that. So you want his fists pointing down, like that, and his shoulders pointing off to the sides of his head. And then we take his feet and fold them up over the fists, and there are little pegs inside of his feet that peg into these peg holes on the outside of his hands. And getting that pegged in is actually a little harder than you think it should be. But a little bit of pressure, and it goes right in. And as you can see, I kind of messed up on the one leg. There we go. Like that. And there we go. That's his cassette form. Putting Rumble inside Soundwave, you can see he looks pretty good, but the button gimmick doesn't work. It's such a tight fit with Rumble that I'm honestly terrified I'm going to break the blasted thing. This is a very tight fit, which is a little bit disconcerting. Now, let's go ahead and do Ratbat. Ratbat fits a little bit better, but not much. There is still an uncomfortable tightness there. And again, You have to push it down in order to get the chest open. I prefer Laserbeak. Laserbeak, I think, fits the best, but still, I don't know what it is with my Soundwave. The gimmick barely works with Laserbeak, so there is that. But still, I like Laserbeak the best in his chest. In shield mode, both Ravage and Laserbeak work well. Overall, I like the look, but I'm a little bit disturbed with Rumble and Ratbat. I mean, come on, guys. I know that the Decepticons are hardcore, but really, they can literally see the attacks coming before they hit. I mean, that's gotta hurt, and that's really just gotta leave them with some real bad PTSD. Now, one word of warning specifically with Ratbat. He comes with the peg that slides up, but it also pushes on the head. So when you try to peg it in, you end up pushing the head forward a little bit. And it makes for pegging in to be really annoying. So what you have to do is put your finger on the head and then slide it in. And also you can get the little pincers that I was talking about earlier. But then again, Soundwave's fist gets in the way. Oh well. But just a word of warning regarding Ratbat in that respect. Rumble, no real problems there with getting him pegged in. It just goes in pretty easily, though I did have to take just a tiny little bit of sandpaper to the out one side of the peg because there was some flashing from the mold process. Or the demolding process. So just be aware of that if you get this figure. Might want to take just a little bit of sandpaper to the side, just very ever so gently to sand it down a little bit. Overall, I like both Ratbat and Rumble. I like both of these guys quite a bit. I really wish Ratbat had some more paint apps on him. I might just ask my good buddy Grimlockamus to go ahead and paint him up a little bit for me. But we'll see. See what happens. Maybe, as I said, maybe we'll get some stickers that come out later in the year. That'd be nice. But I'm not holding my breath. But it would be nice. Overall, I think both of these guys are a lot of fun. If you've got a Soundwave and you're a G1 fan, they're definitely worth picking up. And I picked them up over at the Chosen Prime, link down in the description. Also, a link to Big Bad Toy Stores is down there as well, so you can pick it up where you want. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you thought of this video review, and be sure to hit those likes, subscribe, and bells, or bell, so you know when a new video is out. As I said, thank you so much for watching. I've been Baltmatrix, and I will catch you next time.